Hi, now for the most exciting part of this assignment is when you actually are able to go in there and select that top node, which is this, in this case, in the Kayla rig, is this master 001 controller, and move that, translate that. In our case, we're translating it along the X, and in space. And so now she's walking through space. We've taken something, a cycle in place, and have magically created a cycle through space by translating that top node. And I want to show you what that looks like in the graph editor. So we have, I will look at it in absolute view so you can see the values here. I have taken a key and I have, for this case, I've put my keys on 1 and 99, but you don't need to. You could put them right on 33 would be fine, or 34, but I tend to like to have a couple of cycles to work with, so I gave myself about 2 different walk cycles to work with, or almost 2.5, to see how I wanted to see about 3 steps and kind of 3 full step cycles to see what was happening with those sliding feet, and it helps me spot it easier. So in this case, more easily. So in this case, I just want to show you how do we do this? How do we decide? Well, it's finding that sweet spot really is playing with this this second key, and I'm going to show you it here by showing you a closer view of Kayla in the perspective window. Is like, how do we determine this? Well, I play around with it a lot. I select that last top node key and I move it. So I'm moving it up and down. I'm constraining it on that time, and I'm just moving it in value up and down. And this is going to determine the distance that the character covers. If we have it really close to its original place, you can see that Kayla is not going to be moving very quickly through the floor. So I had found a better sweet spot for that cycle, and where those feet placements were mostly okay. And if you look here, I'm looking at those feet, not bad, not bad. We are going to go in the next video and explain how to fix those feet for any sort of issues with sliding feet. I like to do that frame by frame and find an average. But I also want to just reiterate here, if you can look and see that my top node is set to linear tangents. I've selected both those keys and ensured that they're linear tangents. And also the cycles are set to curve, pre-infinity and post-infinity cycle with offset, and that gives us the constant movement before and after of that top mode. It just continues in that same pace throughout the scene, or however seconds you're going to give the cycle, or frames you're going to give the cycle.